Hey there, folks. Welcome to day 45 of my year of solo board gaming. We are in the middle of unusual occupations or occupational hazards week. So yesterday I was a factory builder, and the day before that I was a coffee roaster. And today I am a zookeeper attempting to build a zoo. So we have Uwe Rosenberg's New York Zoo. It's basically a polyomino game. We're set up for solo play here. We've got all our animals off to the side up here. We've already done the setup here. We've got our elephant starting position. There are a bunch of pentominoes, polyominoes in each spot. There's two. Normally in the regular game, you set it up with three on each, so you're not getting any of these seven count polyominoes, and a lot of the sixes are not present as well. The object in the solo game is to simply fill up your park as best you can, and if you fill it up before the elephant crosses the starting line a second time, you win the game. If the elephant goes over the starting, and you still haven't filled your park, you lose. If the elephant lands exactly on the starting spot and you have filled up your park, you get a 0. And otherwise, it is the number of spaces between the elephant and the spot. Movement in the game is a little wonky, and I think the first time I played it, the first few times I played it, I had it wrong. So I'm actually glad to see that the rules make it a little bit clearer. When you're moving either to an enclosure spot or to an animal acquisition spot. Either of these two. There are also some breeding lines here, but we'll get to those in a moment. When you get to an enclosure spot, you take one of the enclosures and then you put it on your board. So I can take this and I can go, oh, this looks great here. It doesn't, but that's where I'm putting it. And then when you've got the enclosure, then you start taking some animals and you start putting them in the enclosure. I'm going to put that back. When you land on an animal acquisition spot, you get the two animals that are there. So you can choose them, I think, in either order. It doesn't have to be penguin, then kangaroo for this one. So you'll get a penguin, you'll place that in an enclosure. You'll get a kangaroo, you put that in an enclosure. You can also choose exactly whichever one you like. You can just do one of them if you want. The way that movement works in this game is that you can always jump to the next animal acquisition spot. So if I wanted to and I were right here, I could just go to there and be done. Otherwise, you use these numbered tiles to move your elephant. So for example, if I wanted to move to this, I would use the 1, flip that over, and go ahead and get the enclosure. If I then wanted to move one space, again, I then have to use up the rest of these, so I'd have to use up the 0, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Once I've used up all of them, then I can flip them over and start using them again. So obviously there's a bit of a struggle here to get the enclosures, enough enclosures, less so the number of animals. I will be honest, I don't quite entirely understand if I know how to play this. I don't entirely know if I know how to play this game correctly. So I will probably make a lot of mistakes. So if you really want to watch this video and look for rules mistakes, this is the video for you. I will be making them. But with that having been said, let's go ahead and get started here. I do not hold out much hope for winning this game either. I think I'm on the easy side. I think the two sides of the solo, you have this. Obviously, there's a lot more space to fill up. And this, it's a lot smaller, so you should be able to finish filling this easily. But I'm not good at this game, to say the least. So the first thing that we can do is we can go ahead and use that 1. We'll go ahead and get an enclosure. Pull this one. We will go ahead and put it kind of roughly in the center. There's so much, this is such an odd shape that I kind of want some extra room around it to be able to maneuver. And then we're going to put an animal inside it. We're going to go ahead and put I think the meerkat is what we'll do first. No, we'll do the flamingo. We'll do the flamingo right there. Now normally you could just do it like this, but obviously since I'm trying to do this for the camera, I'm going to leave them flat down like that. And hopefully that doesn't get too bad. So now the next thing that I can do is I can either jump to this one, because I want another enclosure first. I can just go to here and get some animals. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get some animals. We'll go ahead and get the penguin and the kangaroo. They can go into your houses if the houses are empty, or they have to go into an empty enclosure. Now, the whole point of this game is to fill up enclosures so that you can then get attractions to help finish out the park. Let's see. We're going to go to... I don't think the breeding counts as spaces, so we'll go 2. And we'll get this. And we'll go ahead and put this in like this. And I think what we want to do is do the kangaroo. We'll now go ahead and use 0 so we can get another one of these enclosures. And this one we will go ahead and place like this. We'll go ahead and put a meerkat here. Now the enclosures are all different sizes. They're either 5, 6, or 4, 5, or 6. So obviously with a meerkat, I stand a better chance of actually getting this meerkat thing filled up because there's only 5 than I do the flamingo or the kangaroo. And so I'm going to move to this next acquisition space here, get myself a kangaroo and a meerkat. Kangaroo will go here. I think I may have to actually put these facing up. So I'm sorry. This is going to be a little bit awkward for those of you watching. I'm going to have to actually face these up because they're not going to fit on the spaces otherwise. So my apologies. So now I can jump to this next one here, which might be good because it'll allow me to fill some things up. And I've got a meerkat breeding on this next one. Kind of makes me wish I still had this. Yeah, we'll jump here to this one. We're going to get a meerkat and a kangaroo. We're then going to use the 3. Actually, let's use the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't count the breeding line, but this does kick in the breeding line, and I just need to make sure I do the order of operations here correctly. Yeah, that is the third step. So we do this first. We grab one of these. And I almost have space for that in there, but we're going to put this right here so I can squeeze that in. And we'll go ahead and put a penguin there. We're going to go ahead and do the breeding for the meerkat. And what the breeding does is it allows you to take up to 2 enclosures that have meerkats in them, and basically you get to add a meerkat, provided you already have 2 in there. At least if you have at least 2, you get 1 extra. Boom. Now, the way that in the 2 or 3 player game, as well as the solo game, you get to do bonus breeding. That means that if you do the bonus breeding, you get to receive an animal offspring in exactly 1 other enclosure. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this with, I think, the flamingos, because the flamingos look like we're actually about to pop those in just a bit. So we'll do that. We can now jump ahead 1. Do I want to do that? The reason I'm thinking I'm not doing that is that if I jump 3, 1, 2, 3, I'll then have all my pieces back again. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to jump to here, except I have no animals to put it in, so never mind. So that would be bad. So we'll jump to here. We'll go ahead and get a fox, which we'll go ahead and put in one of the houses. So we don't have anything else there, and we'll get a meerkat. We have now filled up an enclosure. So now we get to empty out the enclosure, and we get an attraction. We'll go ahead and grab the big attraction here. Actually, this may seem counterintuitive. I'm going to have to get a lot of these attractions, but I'm going to use that one to fill in that space there. So that way it's nice and complete. We'll probably try for that there, so just to keep that in mind. So now we're going to move ahead again. We're going to jump to the animal enclosure thing. We're going to go ahead and take a penguin and a flamingo. Flamingo will go there. Penguin will go here. And we'll go ahead and breed the flamingo, because we're now doing that. And then we get one other enclosure that we get to breed in, so we'll do the penguins. Now we'll go ahead and use the 3 to jump to here. We get one enclosure. And we'll go ahead and put this here, which I'm not entirely liking, but we can go ahead and fill that one spot in later. Actually, let's do this. You can flip these over. You're not beholden to one side or the other. And that'll fit nicely there. And now we have all of these back. So yay. We're about to breed kangaroos. That'll be nice. Go ahead and put that there. Oh, actually, no. We have to put it on the one that we just got. But now at least we have an enclosure available for each of our animal spaces. We're going to go ahead and we'll do jump to the next animal space. And I think next round we're going to try to get as many of these as we can. We'll go ahead and get a penguin and a meerkat. So penguin will go there. Meerkat will go here. We've crossed the breeding for kangaroos. So we'll go ahead and add that. And we can either fill in the flamingos or the penguins. It doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and do the flamingos. This is our bonus breeding. So that will complete this particular enclosure. We'll go ahead and put all of those back. I think actually I'm supposed to get to keep one of the animals. Crap. So I should have kept penguin. I think I should have kept a meerkat too. Which should put a meerkat there as well. Sorry for that. Like I said, lots of rules mistakes. And because we completed an enclosure, we're going to go ahead and get an attraction. And we'll go ahead and get the roller coaster. We'll put that off to the side there. All right. So now we've got some animals here. Let's do this. Let's go 1. We'll grab this. We'll get this here. We'll place the penguin. We'll move to the next animal acquisition. We're going to get a penguin and a white fox. We've now completed the penguins to move one back to here. And we get another attraction. So we'll go ahead and get this. And we'll just put this, I think, up here. We're going to need one more small one there to finish that in. Let me just... Oh, yeah, actually, we'll do this right here. Nope, because that's not going to work, so I'm not going to be able to get that one. I was looking at that one thinking, oh my god, that would be perfect. That would be perfect to go into the spot, but we can't just move one. We can move 2, which we'll put 1 here. Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We're going to move the attraction here. And we're going to go ahead and play a 2 next. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to use the 0. We're going to stay right here. We're going to get another penguin. Place that there, and then we can place another penguin here from the house. And we're going to get another white fox. And the reason that we're doing that is because we're about to cross the penguin breeding line, and I want to be able to breed a penguin. So now we'll use 2. We'll jump to here. We'll get this. We have no animals to put in it, which means we can't do that. Oh, bloody effing hell. I'm not very good at this game. I'll be honest. I could have just withheld the fox, I suppose. But I think instead I'm going to have to jump to the next animal acquisition spot. And I'll use the 3 to do that instead of just using my ability to jump to the next one so that I get that 3 out of the way. So that'll get me a white and a fox and a penguin. Sorry, fox and a flamingo. I've crossed the penguin line, so I get to add a penguin. I get to breed in one other spot, so I'll do the fox, because the fox is coming up as well. And now... Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. I did not want to do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. knock that out. I'm going to go ahead and use it. I'm going to go ahead and use the 4 now. Except I don't have anything to put in there. So we'll jump ahead to the penguin and the kangaroo. Now we'll use the 2 to get a kangaroo and a meerkat. I'm not liking how I'm playing this game. I suddenly feel like I'm not doing this well at all. However, we do cross the breeding for the white fox. So that kicks in. So we can pull all of these. We'll put 1 white fox back there. We'll go ahead and use this one. We also get 1 other breeding, and we'll go ahead and get, let's do penguins. So all the penguins clear out. Put 1 more attraction. That one. Okay. Now what? 1, 2, 3, 4 puts me there. And I kind of need to start getting some of these. So we'll do that. We'll use the 4. Grab this. This will actually go right here. Go ahead and put the penguin on it. And then we've just crossed the meerkat line, so the meerkat will breed. Plus, we get to bonus breeding. We get the bonus breeding of the kangaroo, so we'll clear the kangaroos out. We don't have that square one anymore because we put it right there. So I think my best bet is... This is going to be really tricky because we have a big line here to fill in. So let's do this. I think that'll be my best bet. What do I want to do next? I now have all of these back. And I can do the 0 to get another... Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do 0 to get another spot here. And we'll go ahead and put the kangaroo there. I'm then going to do 1 to go forward. Not 1 to go forward, but the next animal acquisition spot. So we're going to get a kangaroo and a flamingo. We'll do 1 to go forward to get this right here. That will fill that in. We'll use the white fox to put that there. We're now going to do the next animal acquisition. We'll get the white fox and the meerkat now fills out. So we'll go ahead and clear these guys out, and 1 of them will go back into the house. We'll go ahead and grab a 2 here just so that we can fill this in. There's no point in actually trying to acquire more pieces unless that's the one that we want. So you know what? We're going to jump ahead. Let me think about this first, because if I can fill this up with 2 more attractions, that's the best way to go. Now, right now, I'll kick in a breeding phase with here. Yeah, I'm going to jump to here. That's the next animal acquisition phase. I can get a penguin. I was just so excited there for a moment that I had a piece that filled in. I didn't think about whether that was the right thing to do. So we'll do that. This will kick in the flamingo breeding. Plus I get 1 more breeding, and I'll do the white fox over here. And I get to clear this out. So I get 1 more attraction, and I'll go ahead and do this. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll jump to this, and I'll get a kangaroo. I'll get a white fox. That clears out the white foxes. And I'll get 1 more piece here. And I have completed New York Zoo on easy mode. Holy cow, I actually did it. I think entirely the first few times I tried to play this game, I was not reading the rules correctly. I probably still am not. Again, let me know the rules I've made mistakes with in this particular playthrough. But it does appear that I've managed to succeed. And so I count the remaining spaces between here and the starting line to figure out my score. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I got a score of 7 to finish off the game, and that's it. That is New York Zoo. Thank you so much for joining me on this, and I will see you again tomorrow.